Let's stay on this and speak to Dr. Kwesi Amakye Boateng, who is a senior lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology on this. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you for your time here. Now, are these demands from the NDC justified to the extent that they do not want to commit to this particular peace pact?
Okay, good afternoon and thanks for the opportunity. And let me also say good afternoon to your viewers. In democracies, elections play significant roles, to provide a way for the democracy to keep going, crucially establishing peace through how they mediate who gets into government and who doesn't get into it without necessarily having to fight. So elections are crucial, and we want to do everything possible to sustain the elections regime. So if any of the major actors have issues with elections, issues which border on the political neutrality of some of the key actors, then definitely it's imperative that steps be taken to address the issues. And if you look at what the NDC has outlined there, you want to go through them one by one and you realize that they are really fair. Because the Iowa West One Commission's report itself was a national exercise. And if to date this report has even been thrown somewhere, then it means that as a country we are not ready to learn and to move away from areas that we falter and to keep making progress. And then two, the one that calls for the president to, if you like, publicly declare his preparedness to go by the outcome. It is crucial, given the fact that the president himself has also come out to indicate that he will be handing over, to his running mate. Over there, although the president has a right as an individual to campaign, for his party, he could do that. But you don't make certain pronouncements, that could have any impact negatively on the outcome of the whole electoral exercise. The call on some institutional leaders to also make a public pronouncement pledging their allegiance to the state and also to become signatories of the peace pact is key. They are calling for institutional guarantees for this peace. Peace is something that you don't wish, to have. You work on it to achieve it. You don't wish peace into being. You don't just desire it, and peace, will come out of the blue. You work on it. So I think the NDC's move is simply is to get Ghana to take the election seriously. It has an underlying principle that everybody should be made to play by the rules of the electoral game, and that the core, guarantees in elections fairness, a level playing field be provided for all the political actors. I think these are fair demands.
Great. Dr. Watson, for a country like ours and our democracy, why is it a big deal for us with this particular peace pact?
It's because of what has been going on for some time now until we find ourselves where we find ourselves. One thing with elections is that this issue of political neutrality is crucial, simply because everybody, votes. So whatever it is, people, even members of the Electoral Commission, are bound to have their own preferences, interests. And we say that politics is driven by interest. But then that notwithstanding, the institutional guarantees are put in place to ensure that, irrespective of the preferences of members of the Electoral Commission, the outcome could be captured as credible.
Okay.
So the credibility of the electoral outcomes are crucial, and all actors, including those mentioned, the police, the EC itself, the judiciary, they play crucial roles in ensuring that the electoral procedures are followed to the letter, and that the outcomes are viewed by all participating actors as credible. So it is key. It's not just a country like us. In any country where, the state is democratic, and for that matter, they choose their leaders through elections, these procedures are observed. In those states, we don't see them, coming out, critically the way they play themselves out here in Ghana, because over the years, they have become taken for granted.
Okay.
The institutional leaders know that this is how we should go about things. Let me pick this basic issue. Elections end in the courts. If there are any disputes, it is the courts that make the final and authoritative pronouncements.
Okay.
So one crucial institution is also the judiciary. If political actors are able to, understand and believe that the judiciary is independent, it is strong, it is credible, it goes a long way in ensuring that at the end of the day, justice will be served.
Okay.
So what we are doing now is that the institutions are not properly established. That is why such calls are coming.
But also, some have said that this is just a mere document, so that even the actors in there do not comply with it. Are we not just, doing this for the public eye, for just people to know that we're trying to have a peaceful election? But what exactly the document entails having been complied with, in the past?
In the past, at the end of the day, all our elections go through some form of mediation. At the end of the day, all our elections so far,
okay,
they go through some form of mediation, and we shouldn't forget that you never have elections that are problem-free. In the elections of 2020 in the United States of America, there were issues, and the Justice Department of the United States of America told President Trump that yes, there were issues, but they were minor, they were insignificant, they were not enough for them to call the whole electoral process as flawed. And
okay.
So President Trump, although wanted something like that, they couldn't do it, and they told him.
All right,
so you need this thing to be in place for the parties to go into the electoral process with a free mind and to be ready to accept.
Thank you very much for your time here this afternoon. We have to move on to some others. Dr. Kwesi Amakye Boateng is a senior lecturer at the Kwame Nkrumah University of Science and Technology. Now, the